students, welcome back to music class. Today we are going to be talking about and learning more about high notes, which sound like this, and low notes, which sound like that, and middle notes, which sound something like that. So high, the pitch sounds really high, high up, very high, high sounding notes, middle sounding notes, low sounding notes. So we will be showing high and low in different ways using our body and using a couple songs that I'm going to teach you. So the first song that we're going to learn that uses high, low, and middle notes is called Jack and Jill, and it goes like this. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. So here it is again. I'll do the first half and you can sing after me. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Your turn. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. My turn. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Your turn. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Let's sing the whole thing together. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Now, I'm going to sing it one more time, and you can sing along with me, but this time, let's think about what the notes are doing. What do you hear is happening with the notes? Do we start on a low note, or do we start on a high note? Does it go up to a high note, or does it go down to a low note? Let's see, let's think about that when we sing it again together. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Now, if you think it starts on a low note, you are right. So I want you to take your finger and we're going to trace the notes of the song while we sing them and kind of connect the dots, but connect the notes together. So we're going to see if, since it starts low, does it go lower or does it go higher? Let's go ahead and trace the notes in the air while we sing them. We'll start over here and we'll go this way. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. What did you notice that the notes did? What kind of line did we draw? Let's try that again and think about the notes going higher and higher and higher as we draw higher and higher and higher to the top of, maybe it's a mountain. It kind of looks like a mountain that we drew. So think about the notes going higher and higher and higher to the top of the hill and going down to the bottom of the hill. Oh, could it be that we drew a hill like the song says? Let's try that again. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Wow, that song actually sounds like a hill when you actually draw it out like that. So there's another song I'm going to teach you guys called Icicles, and there are motions that we're going to show on our body, high, middle, and low, but I need to stand up because there's lots of notes in this one instead of just so, mi, and la. So we've only learned these 3 notes so far, but this one we're going to use a whole bunch of notes all across our whole body, from up here down to the floor. So I'll show you that in a minute, but I'll show you the song first. I'll have you listen and learn the song. We are little icicles melting in the sun. Can you see our tiny teardrops falling one by one? So I'm going to slow that one down because we'll have to sing it a little bit slower than that so that we can show all of the different notes on our body. We are little icicles melting in the sun. Can you see our tiny teardrops falling one by one? So I'm going to sing the first part, you sing after me, and that's how we'll learn the whole song, and then I'll show you the body movements that go to that. We are little icicles, your turn. We are little icicles. Next part, melting in the sun, your turn. Melting in the sun. Can you see our tiny teardrops? Your turn. Can you see our tiny teardrops? Last part. Falling one by one. So it first goes, we are little icicles melting in the sun. Can you see our tiny teardrops falling one by one? Let's try and sing the whole thing together. We are little icicles melting in the sun. Can you see our tiny teardrops falling one by one? And now we are going to try that with all of the motions that go to that song. We are little icicles melting in the sun. So what I did for the first part was I put my hands up in the air for the very highest note, and I put my hands down on the floor for the very lowest note. So let's do that part together again. We are little icicles melting in the sun. Now the next part goes like this. Can you see our tiny teardrops? Let's do that part together. So we're going to go up in the air. Can you see our tiny, knee on our knees, tear on our ankles, and drops all the way drop down on the floor? So let's do that part again. That part is kind of challenging. We have a lot of places to put our hands. Can you see our tiny teardrops? All right. Maybe we'll try that one more time because that part is hard. Can you see our tiny teardrops? Then falling, we're going to put our hands back on our hips. Falling one by one. So all together, it goes like this. We are little icicles melting in the sun. Can you see our tiny teardrops falling one by one? So in this song, we use all of the notes. So we have our very highest note way up here in the song, and the very lowest note way down here. So all of our low notes are on our ankles, our knees, and our ankles, and are on the floor. And our middle notes are on our thighs, and on our hips, and on our shoulders. And then our high notes are on our head and way up in the air. So it has all of the different notes. And this song can be really fun once you get the hang of it, and you can see how fast you can challenge yourself to do the song. So for those of you that are ready to go a little faster, we'll go a little bit faster now. And then maybe after that we can go really fast. So let's try it again, just a little tiny bit faster. We are little icicles melting in the sun. Can you see our tiny little teardrops in the sun? Oh my goodness, I sang the words wrong. That's what happens when we try to go fast. Maybe if we try that one more time, maybe Miss Petrucci can get the words right. We are little icicles melting in the sun. Can you see our tiny teardrops falling one by one? Oh, that can be really hard to think about all the words while we show all the notes on our body. So maybe let's just for fun, and even if we get the words wrong like I did one time, then we'll just try to do it fast just for fun, see if we can show all of the high and low notes. We are little icicles melting in the sun. Can you see our tiny teardrops falling one by one? Woo! We did it! Great job, you guys! Thank you guys for singing along with me and learning these new songs. I hope that you guys enjoyed learning these new songs that will teach you high and low notes even better than you knew them before. Keep practicing them and keep playing along with showing the high and low on the We Are Little Icicles song and see how fast you can do it. And maybe if you are feeling really super musical and you want an extra challenge, see if you can do all of those high and low notes for Jack and Jill, because they have all of those notes in them as well. So see if you can do the Jack and Jill song and think about where you would start. Would you start with your hands on the floor or up in the air or somewhere in the middle? What do you think? So I hope you guys had fun, and I will see you again soon. Bye, students.